One. You're good, Jeanette. Good to go.
Are we on? Okay, for some reason, my iPad doesn't say when we're on, but
Yeah,
okay.
Mine doesn't do it. Mine used to. It doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
My iPad.
Okay, so committee, we're coming back from a break, and we have S-107, as you saw, was on today's calendar, and I had asked for an explanation of why they changed they just made one change. It said let's see, it said up to under the age of, and it was a Scribner's error. And so they just changed that. It was no substantial change at all. And Tucker, every single day I learn something from our Ledge Council people who are so smart. And he wrote back and said, the language in section 2 contained a Scrivener's error that was inadvertently introduced during editing. The HGO amendment corrected the error. So it wasn't an error of ours that went over, but it was edited. The error was edited in. And did you all know that it's Scrivener with a V?
Yeah.
First, I always thought it should be Scribner, as from scribe. And
Right,
he
or
said
scribble.
he said, indeed, it is from scribe. I am not sure why the B becomes a V, but it is certainly Latin's fault.
Latin,
Excellent.
it was a V in Latin originally.
So it was a scribe originally?
In Latin, I think the V was used. So it's originally a V, I think, and it was a more modern V. But are we talking about S-106?
No, 107.
107. Okay, that's what I thought you said. Okay.
And it was on the floor today and we should just agree with their change then, because it wasn't really a change. But I just didn't want to do that today because I hadn't gotten the answer back from anybody about why it was changed. And he sent me back the information this morning and I wanted to run it by the committee.
I'm fine with that, even though I did vote no on the underlying bill, but yeah, I'm fine with accepting the House proposal amendment.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we'll just do that tomorrow.
Oh, it's such a nice thing just to concur.
Mhm.
And then they made some changes to as the elections bill, S-15. And most of them are not, they're mostly technical changes and non-substantive changes. And I don't know if you got a copy of what the changes are. I will forward that to you. I got it from Will Senning. There is some concern by some of the town clerks around the notification for to correct an error in a ballot. And I think that they thought they were being allowing more flexibility to the town clerks by not telling them that they should just send out this postcard. This is my understanding. But that many of the town clerks feel it's putting them in a really bad position because now there's no guidance on specifically how they should do it. They could call, they could not call. And some of the town clerks are feeling that they're being put in a position of being criticized by people because they contacted them in the wrong way. That's my understanding. So one of the people that is concerned about this is a town clerk from my area who also happens to be in the House. And he's going to talk to her and see if he can figure out exactly what the concerns are. But I've heard from now a number of town clerks about that change. So that's it. That's where we are right now with that. I hope that we can have that information so that we can deal with it by tomorrow.
Do you want us to check in with our town clerks?
No, because I mean, I don't think it's gonna make any difference if 10 town clerks say they are concerned about it, or if 50. If
Well,
they're,
we want to make it simple. Well, that's what we thought we'd done, is just a
Right.
postcard. Simple.
well, I think that's what we did do. And I think the House thought that, this is the way I understand it, I think they thought they were giving more flexibility to the town clerks. And now the town clerks feel like they're putting more liability on them.
Right,
Yeah.
they want a more narrow guidance.
Mhm.
And then, and if we say you send out the
The postcard.
postcard, that they send out the postcard, that's the end of it. They don't have to decide whether to call or email or run into them at the grocery store or whatever. So we'll check that out and see what the issue is. And at the very, but that is the only change in there that has caused any upset.
Well, that's good for an elections bill. That's pretty good.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I think that will be simple enough to clarify, hopefully, and because we want to keep it simple and easy for clerks.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the best way, the fastest way to do it, once we find out if we need to make a change, if the fastest way is to ask for a conference committee and have that set up and just change it, or if the fastest way is to send it back with further proposal of amendment. I will talk with Beck once we figure out what the issue is and how we might solve it. I'll talk with Becca about how to do it.
I know Donna from South Burlington reached out. I don't know if it was just to the Chittenden County delegation, but is she also the spokesperson or chair for the Clerks Association, or she's just been in our committee a lot? I didn't know if it was.
I'm not sure if she is or not, but she's always been very active. And I think Carol Dawes might be the legislative
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
liaison, and Donna might be the chair. I'm not sure.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to make sure that we had the right language by tomorrow and needed any.
Well, yeah, I want to find out how it can be solved and then the best way to solve it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can do anything or talk to any of the Chittenden County clerks. That's all.
Well, I think that what we need to do before we talk to any clerks is that we need to figure out, and I think that Will is talking to the exact right people to figure out what the issue is and how to solve it.
Okay.
And when he comes back to us, then I think we do what we need to do. But
Got it.
I don't want to have 250 town clerks weighing in with different languages and different concerns. I think he's got the right people that he's talking to. So,
Right.
okay. And I think they did not take up our corporate donation bill at all.
Well, not yet.
Well,
Still have a week.
they probably still could. And I don't think our arbitration bill for the judiciary. I've been watching to see if it's on their agenda, and it doesn't seem to be. I
Is
think
that
all this,
General, House General, or?
I don't think so, because it's a state employees
Okay,
issue. So it should be GovOps because it's a state employee issue.
Well,
And the cannabis bill they're doing all this week. And I will say, I think that there are some people who want to go much further than we went, and unfortunately, it might just tank the whole bill. So, anyway, that's where we are as of now. So I just wanted us, so I don't know if this is available yet. Is it, Gail?
the update on,
No, I'm still waiting to hear from Michael Chernick.
Okay, maybe it's.
I mean, we can start looking at it even if it hasn't been edited. I don't know how Michael feels about that, but I think we often do that.
All right, let me see if I can get hold of him.
Okay. Or maybe editing is different than drafting. I don't know.
It is different. Drafting is done by the
No,
time.
he said that it's Gail. What Gail said is that he said it's in drafting.
Oh, I thought it was in editing. I thought Brian and I heard that it was.
It's in editing. You're
Oh,
right.
it's in editing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said drafting,
I might have misspoken.
or I might have misheard.
It's kind of like hearing and meeting for committees. I sometimes use them interchangeably when maybe it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, hearings are generally thought of as the public hearings.
Well, I'm going to turn off the YouTube until we start our discussion on this then.